All right, Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
Priest and officer Matkwaya.
Priest and officer Kakobal.
Right, today we're going to do the Sabbath service. Again, we're from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which started out of 1 West, 125th Street, under commanding General Yohanna. Right, again, today we're going to do the Sabbath service. We're going to be continuing reading from the book of Leviticus. Right, so we're about to begin the service. Sir? Sir?
Barak. Yalla Shala to Israel.
Right, so we're going to begin. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, sir.
We begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemaya. Quadash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Shemaya. Natananawa. Lakam. Kad. Yawam. Masalakna. Kabawatna. Masalakna. Kawa. Salakia. Ka. What Yanawa. Wala'a. Tabayanawa. Basawan. Abal. Oshaina. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Watapara. Walanium. Aman.
What we just said in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us. Our debts. As we forgive. Our debtors. Lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The power structure, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Babakosha, Natananawa, Haka, Lapa, Kalmakala, Wakalmarawo, Haka, Lataha, Amatarayam, Haka, Lakriam, Amatia, Haka, Irakawa, Hamata'ala, Garashon, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Tawaraman.
What we just said in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
This is the blessed Israel, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Baraknawa, Ashala, Abaya, Sapari, Barak, Rapa, Magan, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Tawaraman.
What we just said in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect, our loved one, in the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it.
The Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha,
Ayanya,
Al Harayam,
Al-Harayam,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
Mayam,
Mayam,
Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'arataza,
Aratazar,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Ragalka,
Yanawam, Shamarka,
Hanna,
La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yawasan, Shawama, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyad, Yamanka, Yawaman, Hashamash, La'a, Lakaka, Walera, Balyala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalka, Salakia, Makalrai, Yashama, Atha, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza'atka, Waba Salakia, Wabawaka, Mayat, Walia.
What we just said in English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. The Most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew.
Alahayam,
Al-Dama Yalka,
Al-Dama,
Al-Takarash, Wa'al, Ashakwat, Al, Kayana, Awabayaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Amaka, Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yai Tazawo, Al, Tazapan Wa'aka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanaka Adam, Magawaya, Wala'a, Yazaka, Sham, Yashala, Aiwada, Kaya, Nawa Tazawa, Wa'agarium, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashata, Ain Shabaya, Tazawo, Gam Ashawo, Nalawa, Am Salakia, Aimam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labania, Alawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadanan, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabana, Banakal, Kwa Ashwan, Nashamadawa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayathamawa, Nada, Yab, Mawa, Kairab, Wakazaba, Wakatazal, Manai, Kal, Nasayak, Amwa,
Nasaya Amwa,
Asha,
Asha,
Amawo,
Amawo,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Atha,
Atha,
Naawat,
Naawat,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Sha Athamwa,
Sha Athamwa,
Kagal Gala,
Kagal Gala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Rapanya Laka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabaira Yara,
Tabaira Yara,
Wakala Aba,
Wakala Aba,
Talahat,
Salahat,
Haram,
Haram.
Salakia, Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradampa,
Taradampa,
Basarayaka,
Basarayaka,
Wabadsa,
Wabatsa,
Wapataka,
Wapataka,
Tabahalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Fayanam,
Payanam,
Kalawan,
Kalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bashawa,
Bashawa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashawa,
Yabashawa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahalwa,
Bahalwa,
Idiai,
Idiai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kapawa,
Kapawa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Daiwa,
Daiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahaw,
Yahaw,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Ailawan,
Ailawan,
Ailaha,
Ailaha,
Ayarataza,
Ayarataza. What we just said in English, keep not thou silent,
Keep thou not silent,
O Most High,
O Most High,
hold not thy peace,
hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
be not still,
O Most High,
O Most High,
for
for lo,
thine enemies,
make
it tumult,
and
and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head, they have taken crafty counsel, against thy people, and consulted, against thy hidden one, they have said, come, let us cut them off, from being a nation, that the name of Israel, may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together, one consent, they are confederate, against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gobal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre, I.S.U.P. is also joined with them. They are Paul, the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for you. Make their noble like Oreb, and like Zeid. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah, and as Alumna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a weed, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Most High. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the Most High over all the earth. Sir?
Ban Banyam Ban Yashala.
Ban Banyam Ban Yashala.
Yawaba Shamyo Shai Rakatom.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Rakatah. Torah.
Okay. I shall be able to means to be seated. I'm going to read from the book of Leviticus, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Gan. Starting from verse 8.
Yeah.
Gan. Wahara. Ya. Ma. Manawa. Rakwa. Matazawa. Masala. Masa Latha. Hama Nakar. Wama Shamanaha. Wa'atha. Kala. Hala. Banaha. Awara. Aila. Hamanaka. Waha. Kwata. Yara. Hamaiba. Oh, Kanka. Wayaka. Naya. Ka. Ranak. Ka. Aai. Kara. Taha. Laya. Hawa. Salakia. La. Yahweh. Verse 9. Waha. Nawa. Tharatha. Ma. Mana. Ya'a. Kalawa. Aha. Rana. Wa'a. Nayawa. Mataza. Watha. Tha'akala. Bama. Pawam. Kwadam. Baka. Taza. Ahal. Mawa. Aida. Ya'a. Kala. La'a. Ta'apa. Kamataza. Kalakwam. Yatha. Thaya. Atha. Ma'ash. Salakia. Ma'ashaha. Mahasha. Kwadasha. Kwadash. Kwadasha. Yum. Hawa'a. Kacha. Tha'atha. Waka. Asham. Kala. Aika. Ba. Banaya. Aha. Kwana. Ya'a. Kala. Kalana. Hakwa. Aiwa. La'am. Lada. Ratha. Yakam. Kama. Waya, Yahweh, Yala, Awara, Yagai, Baham, Yakwa, Yakwadam. Verse 12. Waya da Badawa, Badaya, Yahweh, Allah, Masa, La'ama, Aiha, Para, Ban, Ahai, Run, Waba, Nai, Salakia, Yaba, Nayawa, Asha, Yakwa, Raya, Bawa, Laya, La Yahweh, Baya, Wam, Yama, Shaka, Athawa, Aisha, Yaratha, Yaapara, Yaapaha, Salatha, Mainakaha, Thamayada, Makataza, Yathaha, Bakora, Wamaka Taza, Yathaha. After 14, Canon can. Stop on 14 or before. All right, Canon can. Canon can. But I, Rabbah, verse 14. Maka, Batha, Tha, Wamana, Tha'aiwa, Mara, Bakatha, Thaba, Wa'ana, Tapa, Panaya, Manakatha, Bathayam, Takwara, Yaba, Bayaka, Nayaka, La Yahweh. That was the end of 14. Come on.
The book of Leviticus 6 and verse 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burnt in it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall be put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar, and he shall put off his garments, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. Verse 12. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out, and the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it, and he shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offerings. Verse 13. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar, it shall never go out. Verse 14. And this is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it before the Most High, before the altar.
Most High Christ, right? So now we see in here the law for the meat offering for the children of Israel. Of course, when you get the understanding of the Bible, you will know that it's only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And Most High gave the law unto Moses to give to the children of Israel so that they will be able to function in their society and their nation properly. Right. And if there is any sin found in the nation, because of course when you go higher up in the chapter, you will see what it's speaking about. If you lie to your neighbor, you trespass against him, you understand, you found something or steal something that was lost, you will have to make this arrangement or this atone for your sins, where you will have to bring an offering to the priest, right? And as the other brothers, the other officers just read, you will see seeing how the offering is being dealt with. You have to burn it until the morning. You understand? The priest have to change his garments. This is the law in our nation when dealing with this for the offender, and even when you bring an atonement for the priest, you burn offering for the priest in order for him to deal with it as well. You understand? So that he will be forgiven or cleansed from that sin. Right? You have anything you want to say?
No, last.
All right, right. With that, we say, Madam. Next priest.
Sha, Banyam, Banya Shala.
Sha, Ban Banyam, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Shema Shabrakata.
Yahweh Shema Shabrakata.
All right. Shabia, be seated.
Yes, I'm guessing I'm going to. Yeah. All right, come on. We're reading from verse 15 in the Hebrew. Waha Kana Hama Shanaka Thaka Thayawa Maba Nayawa Ya-I-Sha Atha Kakwa Iwalam Laya Hawa Salakia La Yahawa Kala Haya Hala Takwa Thara Wakala Mana Katha Kahana or Kahan Kala Yala Taha Yaha La'a Ta'akla. Verse 17. Waya Dabara Yaha Salakia, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Ma, verse 18, Dabara, Allah, Aharan, Wa'ala, Bana Yawa, La'ama, Sawa, Ratha, Haka, Atha, Bama, Kowam, Awo, Sawa, Kai, Ha'aila, Sawa, Kai, Haka, Atha'al, Panna, Yahweh, Parasha, Yom, Hawa'a, verse 19, Hakahan, Hamaka, Aya, Aitha, Ya'akala, Na, Bamakwa, Wam, Quadawam, Salakia, Quadasha, Ta'akwala, Bakatazara, Ahala, Mawa'ida, verse 20, Kala, Awa, Yagai, Bashara, Yakwa, Dasha, Wa, Ya'aya, Madama, Aila, Habaga, Da Ashar, Ya'aya, Ailayaha, Taya, Basa, Bama, Powam, Kwadam, verse 21, Waka, Wakwala, Karawam, Karasha, Ashara, Tabashala, Bawa, Yashabar, Wa'am, Wakalaya, Ya'aiha, Ailaya, Taka, Basa, Bama, Kwawam, Kwadasha, verse 21, Walayaha, Karasha, Ashara, Tabawala, Bawa, Yasha Bara, Wayama, Baikalaya, Nayawatha, Bawala, Wamaraka, Washa Aipa, Imayum. Verse 22. Stop on 21. Yeah. 21.
Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 15. And he shall take of it his handful, and of the flour, and of the meat offering, and of all the oil thereof, and all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor, even the memorial of it unto the Most High. Verse 16. And the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his sons eat, with unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place, in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. Verse 17. It shall not be baken with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offering, made by fire. It is the most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. Verse 18. And all the males among the children of Aaron shall eat it of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generation concerning the offering of the Most High made by fire. Every one that toucheth them shall be holy. Verse 19. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 20, this is the offering of Aaron and his sons, which they shall offer unto the Most High in the day when he is anointed. The 10th part of an ephah of the fine flour for a meat offering, and a perpetual half of it in the morning, and half thereof at night. Verse 21, in a pan it shall be made with oil, and when it is baken, thou shalt bring it in, and the baken pieces of the meat offering shall thou offer for a sweet savor unto the Most High.
Right. And here we see again, right, the duty of the priest of Israel in our nation. You understand? Unlike the other nations, the East Indians, the Chinese, and these other nations, what they will do, whatever they prepare, they will put it before a statue, before an idol. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And the Most High is telling us, because of course, we are that holy people, we are that separate nation. You understand? As the Most High wants us to be. And he gave these laws to Moses to pass on to the nation of Israel. And what we're supposed to do, just like how we see the brothers and them here, is teach it to our children, and our children will teach it to their children also. So it will be passing on throughout our generation. You understand? And this is the duty of the priest in Israel, where you will see they will be making these burnt offerings, you understand, in the congregation, right? You will be seeing things like fine flour mingled with oil. This is what the priest will do. They will fry or bake or cook these things, eat them with unleavened bread. You learn more about the unleavened bread even during the time of the Passover. Right. This is in our culture. This is our history. And these is the things we have to learn as a people, and not follow the traditions or the ways of these other nations. You understand? You have anything I'd like to say?
Yeah, come on, cancel. Just kind of more or less piggyback on what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right? But the Bible being black culture and black history, right? And this is what the so-called black man, should be fighting to pass on, as Arawan rightfully say, to your children and your children's children, instead of looking to try to pass on Christmas and Easter that have nothing to do with the Most High and nothing to do with black people.
Right.
We should be passing on our culture and our traditions, because this is what makes us as black people, right, a strong people, that, as the scripture say, going to be above all people or all other races on the earth. Right? That was about it. Salakias.
Right, with that we say, Madam, next prayer.
Ariat Ban Banyam Banya Shala.
Maria.
Banya Shala.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Rakatom.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Bakatah.
Right, Yahweh, which means be seated. We're going to continue from Leviticus chapter 22.
Come on. The book of Leviticus, come on. Chapter 6 and verse 22. Kala Aikara Bakaha Nayam Ya'akla, Athaha, Atha, Padawa, Padasha, Pada, Shayam. Hawa, Wakal, Wakala, Hayatha, Asha, Yawa, Mada, Maha, Allah, Ahala, Mawa'ida, Lakap, Para, Bakadawa, Bakadasha, La'a, Ta'awala, Ba'asha, Tasha, Rapa. Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 1. Wa'ai Atha. 7 and 1. That's not what we're reading from 6. 6 and 8. Yeah,
sometimes
the Hebrew.
So that's
Read from 6 and 8 and I reach down to I believe 23. All right, but I don't have 29. Now I have up to 23, and then Leviticus 7 now. Oh yeah. All right, but I'm going to all right, no sweat. Come.
yeah, very good. Sorry,
All right,
passionate 22.
come. All right,
Get that updated.
all right, come. I'm taking it back from 23.
Yeah.
All right, verse 23. Come. Waya Kwaka Aha Ran Atha Alaya Waba'ai Batha I Maya Nadaba Aha Watha Naka Wawan Lawa La'a Shaha Watha Lada Lawa Atha Nadaba Wa'a Salakia Wa'atha Aba Yaha Wa'a Atha Ala'ai Ira Wa'atha Aya Tamara. Verse 24. Waba Naya Taraka Asa Yara Wa Allah Wanaha Wa Abba Ya Asapa Allah Mashab Salakia Masha Pakatha Hakwara Kaya. Verse 25. Wa'a la ira, bana, aha, rana, la kwaka, la wa, mabanawa, tha, powa, aya Allah, lawa, lawaha, wathalaba, wathalada, lawa, atha, payana, kasa, alaha, rahashaya, abawatha, halawa, yum, lamasha, pahatham, verse 26. Hawa'a, aharana, wamashaha, awara, amara, Yahweh, laham, hawataza, ya'awa, atha, anaya, ya shara Allah, ma'ara taza, mataza, rayam, Ayla, tazaba, atham, verse 27. Yama, Yamada, Barayam, Allah, Paraiha, Malaka, Mataza, Rayam, Lara, Wa, Taza, Ya'a, Atha, Banaya, Yasha, Ra'ala, Mataza, Rayam, Hawa, Masha, Wa'aha, Rana, verse 28. Waya, Yahweh, Bayawam, Dabara, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Abakwataza, Mataza, Kwayam, verse 29. And not 28? And not 28? Come.
The book of Leviticus 6 and verse 22. And the priest of his sons that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto the Most High. It shall be wholly burnt. For every meat offering for the priest shall be wholly burnt, it shall not be eaten. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering in the place where the burnt offering is killed. Shall the sin offering be killed before the Most High? It is most holy. The priest that offereth it for sin shall eat it. In the holy place shall it be eaten, in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation. Whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy, and when there is sprinkled of the blood thereof upon any garment, thou shalt wash that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodded shall be broken, and if it be sodden in the basin pot, it shall be both scoured and rinsed in water.
Right? And here we're seeing the law for the sin offering in the nation. You understand? You've seen how the priests had to deal with the sin offering, whereby they had to kill both the sin offering and the sin offering shall be killed, right? Just going back up to verse 25. This is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed also. So the burnt offering and the sin offering shall be killed in the same place. And if there's blood sprinkled on the garments of the priest, it needs to be washed. You understand? It needs to be clean. And if there's blood sprinkled on any earthen vessel, that would be like how long time you will have water in those big pots. You understand? The earthen vessels, you have to break the vessel and get rid of it. You understand? If it fall on the brazen vessel, you understand, meaning a vessel of metal texture, brazen will more be of brass. You understand? But any blood sprinkled on the brass vessels, that have to be scourged, cleansed, and rinsed. You understand what I'm saying? And this showing it even to in Israel the cleanliness of the nation. You understand the decency and the order in which the priests had done things, and the cleanliness of the nation. And of course, this is what the Lord showed to Moses, and Moses showing to the children of Israel. And when you really look at the culture of the nation of Israel, you understand? Just like how the Most High say you are holy, holy meaning separate, you could see something total different from the behavior and the nature and the culture of these other nations.
Come on.
You understand? You would like to say anything, sir?
Yeah, can. Yes, adding to what you say again, just reinforcing what you're saying, so the so-called black man will be able to understand that blacks, Native Indians, and Hispanics, as I mentioned, from our priestly culture, always are people that is of proper hygiene.
Yes.
So when you're watching the heathen today, you might be working with the so-called white man, which is I.S.U.P.K, on different, offshore rigs and platforms and so forth, and for months on end, they will wear the same clothes. You understand? Not even with undergarment for months on end, and working, among the people, if they get them a chance, they work naked, right? But Israel, being a people that was given, the laws of the Most High, we know what it is. We ought to demonstrate to the nation as the leaders of the nation of Israel, right? Which is the men in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding Gen.YAHANNA. And that is about it. Yeah, so what?
The Most High Christ. Right? With that, we say, Madam. Next. Yeshabia, which means be seated.
Come. I will hold it for a while still. I'll hold it for a while still. Right, come.
Wait, we could do it. This will keep. Sorry. This will keep popping up.
All right, come. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'll hold up and see. You can check this one out and you will see how it's showing it.
Yeah.
23 to 29.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
You get it split? You get it split?
No. I got it. Yeah, come. You read up to verse 28 last?
Yeah, starting from 29.
Right, come. Right, reading from verse 29 in the Hebrew. Wayah Dabara, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, La'a, Mara, Anaya, Yahweh, Dabara, Allah, Para, Iha, Malaka, Mataza, Ra, Yama, Atha, Kala, Ashara, Anaya, Dabara, Alayaka, verse 30, Waya, Amara, Masha, Lapa, Naya, Yahweh, Hana, Anaya, Irala, Wapa, Thayam, Thayaka, Yama Salakia, Yashamai, Alaya, Paraiha. Exodus chapter 7 and verse 1. Yes. All right, Salakia. It's 7 and 1. Yeah, come on. Waya'a Mara, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Ra'a, Natha, Thayaka, Alahayam, Lapara, Iha, Wa'aha, Rana, Aka, Yaka, Yahweh, Salakia. Yaha, Nabai, Yaba, Ya'aka, verse 2. Atha, Tada, Bara, Atha, Kala, Awa, Atha, Waka, Wa'aha, Rana, Aka, Yaka, Yada, Bara, Allah, Bara, Iha, Washa, Laka, Atha, Tanaya, Yash, Ra'ala, Ma'a, Ratazawa, verse 3. Wa'a, Naya, Aquasha, Atha, Laba, Para, Iha, Waha, Rabba, Thaya, Atha, Thaya, Wa'atha, Mawa, Pathaya, Ba'a, Rataza, Mataza, Rayam. Verse 4. Wala Yashamai. Allah come. Para Aya. Wana Tha Taya Atha Abaya Amataza Rayam Wahawat Za'a Taya Atha Tazaba Athaya Atha Aimaya Bayaya Sharala Ma'a Rataza Mataza Rayam Basha Patha Yama Gadal Gadala Yama. Verse 5. Waya Da Iowa Mataza Rayam Kaya Anaya Yahweh Yawa I Taya Aitha Salakia Atha Yadaya Aila Mataza Rayam Waha Wataza Athaya Atha Banawa Yasha Ra'ala Mataza Wakayam. That was the end of verse 5. Come.
Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 29. All the male among the priests shall eat thereof. It is the most holy. Verse 30. And no sin offering whereof any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of the congregation to reconcile with all in the holy place shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire. Verse Leviticus chapter 7 verse 1. Likewise, this is the law of the trespass offering. It is most holy. Verse 2. In the place where they kill the burnt offering shall they kill the trespass, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about upon the altar. Verse 3. And he shall offer of it all the fat thereof, the rump of the fat that covered the inwards. Verse 4. And the 2 kidneys and the 2 fat that is on them, which is by the flank, and the caul, and the caul that is above the liver with the kidney, it shall he take away. Verse 5. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar for an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a trespass offering.
Right, and now we're seeing the law of the trespass offering, right, which again Moses is showing to the children of Israel how they should function, how they should operate when doing this, right? You're seeing where the Moses is telling the children of Israel, right, in the same place where the sin offering, where you kill the sin offering and the burnt offering, the offering for the trespass, the same place you're killing it. And unlike these other nations, you're not going to kill no animal and drink the blood, right? In this instance, we take the blood, we sprinkle it around the altar. You understand? Mosai let Moses know this is what they're teaching the children of Israel.
All right.
You understand? And the rump, telling them to take the fat, that all that is the fat thereof, the rump. The rump is that part of the animal coming on from by the hind legs to by the buttocks. That is that part of the animal. So now, if you're looking at a goat or a sheep, you understand? In instances like this, we're speaking about the rump, like the best parts. So you're taking the best parts of the animal. You understand? So the rump that cover the inwards, right? Now we're talking about the two kidneys. So the kidneys, the liver, the flanks. You understand? The flanks is in the portion between the ribs and the rump, going up to the back area. Right. That is what the offering you put in for the offering for the priest to be burnt upon the altar. You understand? You have anything to say, sir?
Yeah, Salaki, I didn't really read verse 29 again, Baba Kasha. So what I found.
Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 29. All the meals among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy.
Right, and that's one thing to touch on that, just to reinforce what Arawan was saying. Just, you know, and this showing the laws of Israel and the culture of Israel, and it's showing that even relating or like, you know, going back to the New Testament, it's showing the order in Israel that the priest is the men, right? So the women also have a role, but the men are the priests in the nation, right? You know, unlike the churches, you see now, like, you know, women preachers and women doing certain things, but according to the Most High structure, there are things for the men to partake in and things for the women to partake in. And just, you know, wanted to add to that, just to reinforce what you're talking about culture, you know, and how the nation of Israel has functioned, you know, with order, as I mentioned before, you know, and decency. Yeah, Musa and Christ.
With that, we say, Madiam. Next priest.
Maria, Ban Yanyam, Ban Yashala.
Baya, Ban Yamyan, Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Shem Yoshai Brakatum.
Yahweh Shem Yoshai Brakatum.
Yeshabia, which means to be seated.
All right, continuing from verse 6. Waya Aisha Masha Wa'a Haran Ka'a Shara Tazawa Yahawa Athama Khan Aishawa was 7. Wamasha Bana Shamana Yum Shana Waha Rana Mana Shalasha Washa Mana Yum Wana Bada Baram Allah Para Iha, verse 8. Waya Ama Yahweh Allah Masha Wala Aya Rana La'a Mara, verse 9. Kaya Yada Bara Allah Kama Para Iha La'ama Tanawa Lakam Mawapatha Wa'a Ma'atha Allah Aharan Paka, Atha, Mathaka, Saha, Shalaka, Lapan Naya, Para, Iha, Yahaya, Latha, Nayan, verse 10. Waya, Ba'a, Mawaha, Wa'aha, Salakia, Wa'aha, Rana, Allah, Para, Iha, Waya, Aishawa, Kana, Kanashara, Taza, Waha, Yahweh, Wayashalaka, Kaha, Rana, Atha, Maita, Hawa, Lapana, Ya, Paraiha, Walapa, Naya, Ibada, Yawa, Wayahawa, Latana, Yana, verse 11, Waya, Para, Gama, Para, Aina, Para, Iha, Laka, Kal, Mayam, Yalama, Yawa, Payam, Waya, Aishawa, Gama, Hama, Kara, Salakia, Kawa, Tamaya, Mataza, Rayam, Matazarium, Balaya, Tayaham, Kana, verse 12, Waya, Shalaya, Kawa, Awasha, Matha, Yawa, Waza, Hayawa, Latana, Yanam, Wayaba, La'ai, Ma'aiha, Ahai, Bana, Atha, Matha, Thumb, verse 13. Salakia, verse 12. All right, come.
The book of Leviticus.
Yeah. Come. Go on.
The book of Leviticus 7 and verse 6. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy, as the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one law for them, the priest that maketh atonement therewith shall have it, and the priest that offereth any man's burnt offering, even the priest shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he hath offered, and all the meat offering that is baken in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan, and in the pan shall be the priest that offereth it. And every meat offering mingled with oil, and dry shall all the sons of Aaron have, one as much as another. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer unto the Most High. If he offer it of a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mingled with oil, and unleavened wafer anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried.
Right? And you see in here where there were offerings that were made, where you had to make the offerings in oven, and some offerings you had to be in a frying pan.
Right.
So some had to be fried. You understand? And if you watch and listen very carefully, read carefully, you're going to see where it was mingled with fine flour, with oil. You understand? This is not the things that these other nations do. You understand? This is what the Lord gave to us as a nation, as a people. This is what the priests have to do. You understand? When you read high up, you're seeing the same law for the sin offering, for the peace offering, same law for the priest. That is for them. You understand? When they bring that offering towards them. Right? You have anything to say?
Yes, so like I said, and they started bringing all that too, talking about the mingle, the flour mingling in fine oil, and when they look at it, is the nation so divided, you understand, because of sin, right? And you know, the further oppression at the white slave master, you know, it made the nation get so divided that now the heathen now using even things biblically, all right, and how these things market now as international businesses. We know they're selling you fried chicken. You understand what I'm saying? So these heathen nations now thriving off of your culture in every which way. You understand? I think in foreign they just call it fried. We are here fried bread. You understand what I'm saying? And when I look at it now, we fall apart so much where we do have a culture for ourselves. Somebody else claim a culture and no one profiting on it in a big way. You look at a place like McDonald's and Popeyes and different little you know, big international conglomerate businesses that I have running, right? Offer the culture, the so-called black man. And there's time now for we to, you know, get ourselves together, get our mind right, and reclaim the culture, right? So we can, you know, as they rightfully saying, that we can bring ourselves back as a nation of people to rule, because that is what this is all about. Removing sin, going to make the so-called black man be able to come together in brotherhood and rule the planet. You understand what I'm saying? With the knowledge and the culture that the Most High give to us. You know, again, as we always reinforcing blacks, Native Indians, and Hispanics. You know, and that is the last year. Yeah, can.
Right, with that we say, Madam.
Next priest.
Sha, ban banyan, ban yashala.
Sha, ban banyan, ban yashala.
Yahweh Shimon Shai Rakatam.
Yahweh Shimon Shai Rakata.
Yeshabia, be seated.
Can. Right, continuing from verse 13. Waya ka aikwa laba para I.Ha. Wala'a Shamai Ilahama or Ilaham Ka'asha Dabara Yahweh, verse 14. Waya, Amara, Yahweh. Salakia. Allah. Masha. Kabada. Laba. Para. I.Ha. Ma'ana. Lasha. Laka. Ha'aima. Verse 15. Laka. Allah. Para. I.Ha. Ba. Bakwa Ra. Hanaha. Yataza. Hama. Yamaha. Wanataza. Batha. Lakwa. Ra'at. Tawa. Aila. Wapatha. Haya. Ara. Waha. Ma'aiha. Ashara. Naha. Paka. Lana. Kasha. Takwa. Ka. Baya. Daka. Verse 16. Wa amma. Ratha. Allah. Yawa. Yahweh. Alahaya. Ya'ai. Bara. Yam. Salaka. Naya. Alaya. Kala. Amara. Salaka. Atha. Aimaya. Waya. Aibak. Da. Naya. Aimada. Bara. Yahanna. La'a. Shama'aitha. Aida. Kaha. Verse 17. Waha. Amara. Yahweh. Ba'ai Atha. Tadai. Kaya. Ainaya. Yahweh. Yanaha. Anakaya. Makaiha. Bamatha. Ashara. Baya. Daya. Aila. Hamayam. Iwara. Baya. Ara. Wana. Yapa. Kawa. Ladam. Verse 18. Waha. Dai Gaha. Ashara. Baya Ara. Tama Watha. Waba Asha. Haya Ara. Wana La'awa. Lanawa. Mataza. Payam. Lashatha. Watha. Mayam. Mana. Haya Ara, verse 19. Waya Amara, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Amara, Allah, Aharan, Kwaka, Mathaka, Kana, Ta, Yadaka, Aila, Maya, Mataza, Ra, Yama, Aila, Yaha, Rathama, Aila, Ya'ara, Yaham, Wa Aila, Aiga, Mayaham, Wa Aila, Kala, Makwa, Waha, Maya, Hama, Waya, Haya, Salakia, Waya, Hayawa, Dama, Waha, Yaha, Dama, Bakwala, Arataza, Mataza, Kwayam, Waba, Aitaza, Yama, Waba, Abba, Yayam. That was the end of 19.
Leviticus chapter 7 and verse 13. Besides the cake, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offering. Verse 14. And of it shall offer one oblation for an heave offering, Lord. And it shall be the priest that sprinkle the blood of the peace offering. Verse 15. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until the morning. Verse 16. But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offered his sacrifice, and on the morrow also the remainders of it shall be eaten. Verse 17. But the remainders of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day shall he burn with fire. Verse 18. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering be eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed into him that offered it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eateth of it shall bear his iniquity. Verse 19. And the flesh that toucheth any unclean thing shall not be eaten, it shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, that all that be clean shall eat thereof.
No, last.
Would that be saying, madam? Next, please.
Arya ban yanyam ban yashala.
Baya, Ban Marianyam, Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Brakathum.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Bakata.
Shabia, which means to be seated.
Continuing reading from verse 20. Waya Aishawa Kana Masha Wa'a Harana Ka'a Shara Tazawa Tazawana Yahweh Waya Bama Ayha Wazaka Atha Yamayam Ashara Bayara La'ai Yanaya Para Aiha Wala Aya Nawa Aiba Kwayawa Waya Hapa Kawa Kala Hama Yama Asha Bayara Ladama, verse 21. Wahada Gaha Asha Baya Ara Matha Waya Baasha Haya Ara Wala Yakala Wa Mataza Rayam Lasha Thawatha Mayama Mana Haya Ara Waza Haya Hadama Baka Arataza Mataza Rayam, verse 22. Waya Aiwaya Kana Kara Aimaya Mataza Ra Yama Bala Aya Hama Waya Ka Aikwa Laba Para Aiha Wala'a Wamai Ailaham Ka Aishara Badara Yahweh, verse 23. Waya Pana Para Aiha Waya Ba'a Allah Ayathawa Wala'a Wathala Bawa Gama La'ai Atha, verse 24. Wayaka Bayawa Kala Mataza Rayam Sabah Yabatha Haya Ara Mayama Lasha Thawatha Kaya La'a Yaka Lawa, Lasha, tha, ma, maya, haya, ara, verse 25, waya, mala, waba, aitha, yama, aka, raya, haya, salakia, haika, watha, Yahweh, Atha, Haya, Ara, verse 26. Waya, Mara, Waha, Ya, Salakia, Yahweh, Allah, Mashaha, Ba'a, Allah, Bara, Ira, Iha, Salakia, Ha'a, Maratha, Allah, Yawa, Taha, Amara, Yahweh, Shalaka, Atha, Aimaya, Waya, Aiba, Danawa. That is the end of 26.
The book of Leviticus 7 and verse 20. But the soul that eateth of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto the Most High, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which pertain unto the Most High, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Ye shall eat no manner of fat of oxen, or of sheep, or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts may be used in any other use, but ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eateth the fat of the beast of which men offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, he shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of dwellings.
And now we see in here, right, in the laws given by the Most High to Moses to give the children of Israel. It wasn't given to all nations upon the face of the earth.
Right.
This is what we have to understand. This is where we have to get clear. Moses gave the laws to the children of Israel. Who are the children of Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Going back to what the officer just read, when we see when the Most High saying, speak on the children of Israel, you shall eat no manner of fat of ox and of sheep and of goat. You understand? This is the law for the children of Israel. The fat of the ox, sheep or goat, we're not supposed to eat that. You understand what I'm saying? The beast, sorry, right here. And the fat of the beast that died of itself, or if another beast tear up that beast, and it die. You understand? We're not supposed to eat the fat of that also. Which is most important when you read down in verse 26, it's saying where Moses is saying here, moreover, you shall eat no manner of blood, no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or beast, meaning birds or of animals. You understand? In all your dwellings, contrary to what the heathens just do. Because if you go up on it, they search it all over the internet, they've seen where these heathens, they kill animals and drink the blood hot from the animal's stomach. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord is letting we know that we are special people, we are separate people, and this is how we're supposed to govern our nation. This is how we're supposed to govern our people, even in your dwellings. You by yourself, at your house, with your family, your children, it's not supposed to be eating no manner of blood. You understand? You have anything to say about that?
Yeah, can. Just to add to what I was mentioning before with the animals, that the nation of Israel, as the Lord make us to understand, shouldn't eat the fat or any part of the animal that died of itself or was mauled by an animal, right? Which is a heavy point, because this is also going to make the so-called black man understand that you and the other races is not the same, right? Because there are laws in the scriptures to rule the entire planet, and all the laws do not apply to everyone, right? Because there are laws in the scriptures for the so-called black man, and the animal that died of itself, blacks, native Indians, and Hispanics, as we know according to the law, as they bring it out, cannot eat that. But the heathen can partake in that. So a lot of times, just as I mentioned, that we are holy people and a separate people, people like to say, we all one. But according to the Most High, and I rightfully bringing it out there, other one, that the so-called black man cannot eat animals or anything of that animal that died of itself. But the heathen could do such. So there's a difference between us, just to reinforce the point that they're bringing out, that we are holy people and a separate people. So the things that we do, we actions, we behavior, and we culture is absolutely something different from the heathen. So I just wanted to reinforce that point that they brought out. Yeah, can.
Anything to say, right? Right, with that, we say, Madam, this is the end of the Sabbath service.
Can.
The Panya Padam.
So on.
Sir? La Shalom to Israel.
Can.
All right, this brings us to the end of the Sabbath service. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer. Sir, turn and face the east.
We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Sabbath Shemaya, Wadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakotka, Sabbath, Tazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratiza, Kawa, Haya, Shamaya, Tanalaw, Nakam, Yawam, Kabawatinaw, Kasalakinaw, Kabawatinaw, Wala'a, Tawanaw, Wasawan, Abad, Oshina, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Walaala, Taparat, Waleonium, Aman.
What you just said in the English, our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come,
thy
will be done,
in earth,
as it is in
heaven.
Give us this day,
daily
daily
bread,
and forgive us
our
debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever.
So be it. We will read the Hakap, the power, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Yakashah, Tananawa, Hakap,
Lakoa, Wakal Makala, Wakal Marawo, Wakak, Lata, Matazaraya, Lakam, Salakia, Lakwayam, Hamayatio, Hakak, Irakawa, Imatal, Yadarishon, Basham, Yaushai, Tuarama.
What you just said in English, Yahweh. Name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. Name of Yahushua. Thank you.
So be it. You see the blessed Israel, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Raknawa, Barshala, Abaya, Safari, Barak, Rapak, God, Bashem, Yahushai, Tuwarama.
What you just said in English, Lord.
In
the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel.
And the school.
Bless.
Heal. Shield.
Protect.
Love ones.
Name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashah. Ayanaw. Salakia. Ayan. Anya. Salakia. Ayania. Al-Hawaryam. Bayan. Yaba'a. Isaiah. Mayam. Yahweh. Aisha. Samayam. Wasa'atosa. Al-Yatahan. Lamawat. Ragalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Salakia. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashan. Shamawo. Yashala. Yahwa. Shamarka. Yahwa. Tazazalka. Aliyah. Yanka. Yawam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakakash. Wayarak. Bayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal. Rai. Yashama. Atha. Napashaka. Yahwa. Yashama. Tazaha. Taka. Wahawa Aka. Maitha. Waidiai. Iwalium.
What you just said in English, I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. Whence cometh my help? Help cometh from the Most High. Between heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot. To be moved. He that keepeth thee. Not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Neither slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. Most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Most High shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. This time forth. And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayah. Al-Damalial Laka. Al-Takara Karash. Wa Al-Tashakwat. Al-Kaya Hana. Awa Yabaka. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Amaka. Yai Rai Salakia. Yara Yamawa. Sawada. Wayatha. Yai Tazawa. Al Tazapanwanka. Amawa. Lakawa. Salakia. Wanaka ka Adam.
Wanaka Adam.
Adam, Salakia. Maga waya.
Maga yawa.
Wala Wazaka. Sham. Yashala. Iwada. Kya. Nawa Aitaza Awa. Laba. Laka Arwa. Idiaka. Baria. Yaka Rathwa. Ahalia. Adawa. Washama Mai. Allah. Yam. Mawa. Aba. Wa'aga Ramya. Gabal. Waimawam. Waimala. Falashata. Am Yashabya. Tazawo. Gam Ashawo. Nalawa. Aiman. Hayawa. Zarawai. Laban Salakia. Laban ya Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Lahab. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sarah. Kaya Badian. Banakal. Yaashwan. Nashamadwa. Bayaan Daara. Hayawa. Daman. La'ad Am'a. Sha Yatham. Nada. Ya. Mawa. Kaira. Wakaza Abba. Wakatazal. Manai. Kal. Nasa. Ya Kamawa. Asha. Amawa. Naya. Arash. Lanawa. Na'awa. Alahayam. Asha. Amwa. Asha. Lanawa. Nayawa. Alahayam. Sayamatawa. Kan Gala. Kakwash. Lapana Raka. Kahash. Tabaira. Yarai. Wakala Habara. Talahat. Harayam. Kan. Tarad Dampa. Dasharai Aka. Wabasa. Wapathaka. Tabahala. Mala'a. Panyaam. Kwalawan. Waya. Bakwashawa. Shamka. Yahawa. Yahabashawa. Waya. Bahalawa. Adiyai. Waya. Salakia. Kaparwa. Waya. Abadawa. Waya. Daiwa. Kaya. Atha. Shamka. Yahawa. Labadka. Adliwan. Adkal Harataza.
Just said in English, keep not thou silent.
Keep not thou silence.
O Most High.
O Most High.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
O Most High.
O Most High.
For look, thy enemy. Make it to mud.
Make it to mud.
They that hate me.
They that hate
have lifted up the head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
Consulted. Against thy hidden one.
Against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
For being a nation.
Being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
In the name of Israel.
Maybe no more remember.
No more remember.
But they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
One consent.
One consent.
They are confederate.
They are confederate
Against thee.
against thee.
Tabernacles of Elam.
Tabernacles of Edom.
The Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Of Moab.
The Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
Baal. Ammon.
Amalek.
Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Asur. Also join with
them.
They are helpful. Children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kishon. Perish at Endor. Became as dung. For you. Make them noble. Like Oreb. Like Zeeb.
Yea.
All their princes. Of Sabbath. And as Alumna. Who said, let us take to ourselves. Houses of the Most High. In possession. Oh my power. Make them like a weed. As the woods. Salakia, as the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them. Thy tempest. And make them afraid. Thy storm. Fill their faces. With shame. And they may see. Thy name. O Most High. Let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. And the Most High. Over all years. Sir. Men of Israel, let's give the teacher one courtesy salute. My Madam Shabbat, Madam Barak, how about Shami Shai Brakata? Yalimata, men of Israel, give the sisters online one courtesy salute. I'm Madam Shabbat, I'm Madam. Yahweh Shemala Tanba Shami Shai. Yalimata, there's no one to be anointed. Class dismissed.
Musa Christ. Come on. Solid.
Yeah, no, see.